In today's episode, I'm going to show you the day that I received Walter, and I'm also going to show you a couple years worth of footage of Walter to show you exactly what it's like to have a Quince Monitor as a pet. I ordered Walter from Underground Reptiles, which has pretty mixed reviews, but I had an overall good experience ordering from them. As you can see, their packaging is spot on, and you'll also see that it seems like Walter has been handled before he even got here, so that's a plus. He doesn't seem to be afraid of me at all when I open the bag. He crawls right out onto my hand, and I was very impressed with that. Very cool. I'm fairly certain Walter was not captive bred. I think that he was from like a Quince Monitor farm in Indonesia or something. But as you can see, he's already very tame. He walks right out on my hand. He's not afraid of anything. I've always really liked the Indicus complex when it comes to monitors. I believe the four main monitors from the Indicus complex are the Peach Throat Monitor, the Blue-tailed Monitor, the Mangrove Monitor, and the Quince Monitor. Giving him a soak before I put him in his quarantine tank, but he looks pretty good. After doing a lot of research on those four monitor species, I decided the Quince Monitor was the perfect monitor for me. I really like the way they look, and I also liked that people reported that they have a very good temperament and they don't really bite and they're not very aggressive. Some of the other ones can be the same way, but I've also seen some footage of a blue-tail monitor that really took a big chunk out of his owner's hand, and I've heard that they can be pretty mean, so I went with the Quince Monitor. And Walter seems to prove my research to be true. Here's some footage of Walter's first drink in his little quarantine tank. I had him in there for a couple months before I gave him a bigger upgrade. I just wanted to keep an eye on him, make sure he ate and everything. Here's his first meal, which is a little chunk of shrimp. I first started with tongue feeding to build a little bit of trust. Then I slowly started to put crickets on my arms and legs so he can crawl on me and jump on me. And you'll see he's just awesome. He flies right out on my leg. I knew that getting a monitor was a bigger responsibility than a lot of other lizards that you can keep. So I wanted to make sure that I spend time every day interacting with him and gaining his trust. I also wanted him to get used to walking around on a leash at a very young age, so when he got bigger, it wasn't hard for me to put the harness on him. I really like getting Walter outside once in a while to get some natural sunlight. You got to be careful though, because these guys are quick. I had a close call with Walter one time outside. It's pretty freaky. I think a bird flew overhead and he jumped off me and ran under my grill. Luckily he went under the grill and didn't get it into anything else because they're really great escape artists, and wow. Since then, I don't bring him outside unless he's on a harness. Maybe when he's bigger, I'll keep him off the harness, but for now, he's always going to be on the leash. As you can see in this footage, they're great swimmers. It's awesome watching them swim. They're like little crocodiles. So here's some more current footage of Walter. He's pretty much tripled in size since I've got him and unboxed him, but he has a long way to go before he's full grown. He'll probably grow another 2.5 feet and then put on a lot of muscle mass. Another main reason I chose the Quince Monitor is because they do it all. They're semi-aquatic, they're arboreal, they dig, they run around on land. It's just awesome to watch their behavior. If you're considering getting a Quince Monitor, one thing that I noticed is anytime you change their enclosure, upgrade them, rearrange it, it throws them off. So for a couple days to a couple weeks, they're going to be very skittish. They're going to hide a lot because they're not familiar with their new territory. So that's one thing I noticed that was kind of a little sketchy, but other than that, I highly recommend them. In this footage, I'm giving Walter a nice juicy drumstick so he can partake in some natural behaviors. You'll see that he uses his teeth and claws to shred right through the chicken. The main things that I've been feeding Walter since I've had him are chicken obviously, quail eggs, shrimp, frozen thawed mice, and the occasional fish. Once in a while, I'll throw some extra crickets in his enclosure just so he can chase him down, but normally he doesn't seem too interested in insects anymore. And here's a clip from the last time I fed him 2 days ago. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about Quince Monitors, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching Tommy's Reptiles.